Hey, so let me tell you a story. uh, but th- I know this is a little different from the content I usually make. Well, that that implies that I have any kind of consistent content at all. But like, it's well, I guess not scripted, but I've been wanting to dip my toes into more, I guess, transformative. Ow, sorry, ow. Um, fnaf content, I suppose. So, if that's even the right word, I don't know. I'm tired. I went to sleep at 1 a.m. last night, but I thought the best way to try out, uh, trying to break into something new, would be to make this video. I'm gonna tell you a story about this fake FNAF 4 trailer and the kind of funny resolution that it had. So let's get into it. Alright, so this happened all the way back in, I'm sure, 2015. Like, around the time that FNAF 4 was, like, being teased and such. I think this was definitely after the Freddy teaser. I don't know if I had seen the other teasers yet, or if those were even out, but nevertheless, it was after the Freddy teaser. And so, like, I'm excited for the game. I'm ready. I'm pumped. So obviously, I try to see people try to make trailers out of FNAF 4. Like, obviously, I was gullible back then, but at the same time, it was also like I knew they were fake, and that's why they. I just wanted to watch them. Like, so I obviously I would go into hoax trailers. Like, you remember the draw kills, right? Yeah, you do. I don't see how you couldn't. Uh, but yeah, I watched a couple of them, but there was one that stood out to me of this fake FNAF 4 trailer. Now, I want to be clear about one thing. I'm pretty sure this trailer was lost. Honestly, it's like I remember the contents of it, and I'll get to that in a bit, but I do not remember what the title of the video was, besides probably like FNAF 4 trailer or something, or the channel name. I just remember the very, very basic details. So, uh, getting it. Sorry, I gotta get a new desk. I keep hitting myself on it. So I watched the trailer, and basically, this was probably one of the weirdest things I had ever seen at the time. Uh, basically, the trailer started off with some guy on his couch with his spouse. He was just like watching TV with them, and then like he looks to his phone, and someone's asking him to come over, and then he turns over and says, I think he had dialogue. No, I'll get to this later. He goes, I think I remember him saying, "Sorry, honey, I've got work to do." And so, like, we get like a slow cutout, and without any sense of transition, well, I guess it's like a fade in and out transition. I see this guy going through this cave of flesh. Like, it looks like something straight out of Resident Evil, but he's going out of this cave. This is this big old flesh cave, and then I think he's going up a very large part, and at the part where he's like going up this very big hill or something, all these voices flash by, including his spouse, a bunch of like voices talking down. I'm pretty sure one of them was like the general from Full Metal Jacket, I think it's called. Like, you will not laugh. Like, I think that's something. It's just like it's like something from a movie. And also, and the only voice that doesn't talk shit to him is his spouse, which, I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense. But then he gets to the top, and from my memory, I had remember what seemed to be a giant, fleshy version of Candy appearing, like, Candy the Cat. It had all these like flesh, guts, and had this really weird texture to it. And then I think the protagonist spouted some sort of line. For some reason, the only thing I remember is, it looks like it's time to aim for the esophagus. Honestly, I'm pretty sure the lines were dubbed in. Well, we'll get to why later, but and I wouldn't be surprised if my brain made that last part up because it's so dumb. And so I didn't but before like and then he and then he like pulls out a shotgun and then fires the shotgun, and then we get a cut to the title, Five Nights at Freddy's 4. It's pretty freaky. So I didn't rewatch this trailer for a while. I wouldn't say I was scared by it when I was young, like I didn't have nightmares about it, but it definitely did weird me out. So I didn't watch it for a good couple of ever. Like I saw it once, it's like, okay, well I'm never watching that again. And then I just go to bed. And then FNAF 4 came and went, and honestly, I think that was the one that I kind of skipped out on at first. Like, I didn't skip out on any any FNAF game before then, and I certainly didn't skip out on like Sister Location and the rest. But like, yeah, FNAF 4. I think it was because Undertale was in the same year, and I got super into that, so I just didn't really have time for FNAF 4. But you know, like the point is, I didn't really come back to it much. So that's part of the reason why I can't remember a lot of the details, like the channel name and the video name. But years later, I try to find it, and I can't, which is a shame. So, I do my best to try to find it. I even tried making a FNAF 4 remake based on my vague recollection of the trailer that never got finished. And then a couple months after that pass, and I'm in like a watch together with my friends. We're watching a couple of old Markiplier videos because, you know, that's what you do. That's what you do with your buds. And we're watching like all these, like not just FNAF, just like generally like we watched the uncle who works for Nintendo, and that was pretty good. But then we saw a specific game, and one thing I neglected to mention is that, well, you might notice that I refer to this protagonist guy's spouse as just his spouse. That was because spouse in question was Sonic the Hedgehog, called Sonic Honey. And so, like, I knew this for a while. This wasn't like a realization for me. Like, I at least knew that first section had to be taken from Date My Sonic, or was a recreation of Date My Sonic. So and if you want to know what that's from, that is from Sonic Dreams Collection, which is a video game. Let's call it that. And then, obviously, so we watched Sonic Dreams Collection because, like, you know, it's that's what you do. But then, like, the similarity doesn't stop there. Suddenly, we're in another flesh cave. Like, the cave looks almost exactly how I remember the FNAF 4 trailer's flesh cave looking. And then we get to a giant opening at one part, and out pops Big the Cat with a fleshy texture. And then it clicks. This fake FNAF 4 trailer I saw all those years ago was compiled of fucking Sonic Dreams Collection footage. The flesh candy I was misremembering? Yeah, no, it was Big the Cat. It was Big the fucking Cat. It was like crazy to me. Like, this thing that I've been chasing after all this time is just Sonic Dreams Collection. And did I ever find the actual trailer? But no. This was just as funny because, like, of all things, You would. I just didn't expect it. It was crazy. Uh. Oh man. I just like this was something I was chasing after for a while, but this whole time I already knew what it was compiled of. I just didn't really put it together. Oh my god. Honestly, it's just kind of funny to me. uh, so yeah, that's my story. Did I ever end up finding the fake FNAF 4 trailer? No, and I doubt anyone will. I don't really think it got that many views. Uh, but yeah, that's my story. It's not really that in depth or interesting, but I thought it was a fun little, amusing little anecdote to drop. And hey, hopefully you had fun listening to it. I don't know if I'll do more of these. I don't really know how well they do, but I guess views really aren't my goal here. Either way, thanks for watching, if you got this far, and have a good one. Alright, see you.